Well, Tibor, nice to meet you again. Thank you very much for your timing. I understand that right now is the period of the harvest, and just some minutes ago we tasted a lot of wines. First of all, could you tell me, please, the most interesting point for me when I just first time tasted Colome wines is that the lineup of El Toro Maximo, of course, how on this altitude, it's 3,111 meters above the sea level. Yeah, as I understand, the influence of sunlight on the grapes, on the skin, is absolutely different than if we speak about the general altitude. Could you explain, please, this influence?
Yeah, well, the thing is, with the altitude, the higher you're going, less ozone you will have in the atmosphere. So you have higher radiation of ultraviolet. And the fruit has to protect itself from the UV radiation, producing a thicker and darker skin. The more skin you have, more structure, more aromas, and also more concentration in the wine. That's one advantage of altitude. The other big advantage, maybe the biggest advantage, is the difference of temperature between the day and the night. We have around 20 degrees difference. So this very fresh, cool night really help to keep the freshness and the elegancy of the wine. So it's a nice paradox. Most of the time you can have concentrate wine or you can have fresh wine. And we have, lucky enough, with our unique terroir, we can combine concentration but freshness and elegancy in the same time. It's very unique. And the top of this, of course, the soil also is big importance. For example, to the Maxima, it's a very unique soil here in the Calchaquí Valley, very stony, with a lot of granite, pink and gray granite, and volcanic stone. We give a lot of freshness for the time, but also a lot of minerality, and that's very unique of the Calchaquí Valley. But also the big chance we have with Colome, that we have 4 farms at 4 different altitudes with 4 different terroirs. So each terroir gives particularity to the wine. So it's a big chance to have them. It's a big challenge for the logistic. Everything is far away. We have extreme climate, but also we have very unique terroirs who can give us those really unique wines.
Well, okay, you mentioned that you have got in Colome 4 different terroirs. Yes, okay. The first is El Toro Maxima. It's 3,111 meters. The next one is El Arenal, and everything around. It's about 2,700.
Yes, it's over.
Yeah. The third one is around the winery here. It's about 2,300. Yes, and the fourth one is in Cafajate, about 10 hectares. Yes.
Yeah, mostly Torontes of Malbec, and it's 1,000, almost 1,800 meters.
And there in Cafajate, 1,007.
1,700
meters. Yeah, fantastic. In total, it's about 152 hectares in general. Exactly. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, the next one question is about one of your flagman's wine. As I understand, it's Authentico, one of the most iconic, of course, if we don't speak about the highest price bottles from El Toro Maxima. When I first time tasted Authentico, I feel the very interesting points, not in the nose, but in the palate, because firstly, as a specialist, as a wine lover, I open technical sheet. For me, it's very interesting to understand how this product will be made, and then I try, to compare, to find some connections between my expressive from the glass and between technical sheet. In technical sheet, there is info just about the concrete wets, stainless steel and concrete wets. Yes, no oak influence. Yes. But the texture, the structure of the wine, Authentico in the palate, is absolutely, it's smoothie,
Exactly.
If you compare it with white wines, usually there is something touch of this style from, Muscadet Surly or white Burgundy with oak influence. Why? What is the reason for this structure?
Well, that's mostly the terroir, where it's coming from. So the Authentico is a single vineyard from Colome. The one at 2,300 meters. So you have the same influence of the high UV radiation and the cool temperature give concentration and freshness. But the most important thing here is the soil composition of Colome. Most of the Calchaquí Valley is sandy. a lot of sand. You have the difference of Alto Maxima we just spoke is very stony, but here, like the Colome is a perpendicular valley from the Calchaquí. This is different kind of soil. We are closer to the mountain, so we have a lot of alluvial matters and we have a lot of clay. That's very different from the rest. If you've been to Cafajate, it's very sandy. El Arenal, in the sandy place, it's very sandy. Here we have a lot of clay, and the clay is very good to give soft tannins. But what we taste just now in the wine, even the wine is very, very young, the tannins are not aggressive. They are and this clay really helps to. We have a very good tannin structure. We need tannin structure to do this kind of wine because also you need. It's a wine to be drunk young, but you can age it, so you need a good tannin structure. But they are very round tannins, and it's mostly because of the soil, of the clay in the soil. But after this also, what we're doing this wine since 2011 was the first vintage, so it's 15 vintage within this wine. So we with the time we learn which block of vineyard is better for the Authentico, more balanced. So those block of vineyard, they are around 20 years old. We make a more precise pruning, shoot position, very, very precise irrigation to arrive at the picking date for very, very balanced fruit. Because after this, there is no makeup in the winery. So we work a lot with, mostly the pruning and the irrigation to really reach a good point of maturity. And after this, it's a lot of walking in the vineyard, tasting the fruit every day to really find the best picking date. If I pick too early, I will have green taste and tougher tannins. So we need oak to
round
the tannins to hide a little bit the green touch. And if I pick too late, it will be overripe, too flappy, no good acidity. So I think this style of wine is over. If we were in the decade of 2000, we'll be fine. But right now, we're looking for doing fresh and elegant wine. But at the same time, agradable. I won't say easy to drink, but always we have a great complexity in our wine. So more the soft and agradable to drink. And after this, in the winemaking, fermenting with cool temperature around 24 degrees. Higher is the temperature, more tannin you will extract. So going very easy with the temperature and using both eggs and the stylus. So the eggs is a short fermentation, will give very bright, straight fruit and very nice acidity. When the stylus still, I can do a more extended maceration. So we'll have maybe a more complex nose with black fruit, spice, and also a bigger mouth. But it's very good to have the tool of the eggs to refresh the blend and to give this very crispy and bright fruit. And after this, the aging also, always the aging in stainless steel and concrete eggs, but always with fine lees. So also it helps to make the mouth rounder. And It's a nice challenge to do this wine because, like I said, there's no makeup at the end of the day. So it's really a vineyard work, a terroir-driven wine, definitely. But I'm really pleased because it shows a great complexity. You have, of course, the fruit from the food, but you have some spice, you have some floral note. And this, like you were saying, this very sweet and smooth tannin, always good freshness. It shows that a wine, when the fruit is good and you work well, you don't need oak. You can do great wine without any oak.
Absolutely.
And I think also that's right now that the consumer is looking for this kind of wine. Really speaking of our terroir, speaking of our place. And I always feel that Authentico, when somebody invite me for eating, if I don't know what
will be,
I will go with Authentico because it's super versatile at the moment of combining food.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really nice wine. I'm very proud of this one.
Absolutely. The next one question is about terroir again, because today's morning we have got something, a review of the vineyard, and we look at the oldest vineyard here. It's Chester Spines, 150 years old, ungrafted. The first one, as I understand, the wines in this age provides very, very small harvest, yeah?
Exactly.
How much could give one wine?
Well, we will go around maybe 2,000 kilos per hectare. If we compare with a younger vineyard, the vineyard is around 20 years old, the youngest will have 7,000 kilos. And it's low. If we go in more in the south, in a more not so extreme climate, you can go easily to 10,000.
Yeah.
So you can do 5 times more fruit in a younger vineyard. And also the great thing with the old vineyard, his root system is so deep, 100 years old, going down. So definitely this plant is going to looking for some nutrient in the soil, but the other plant they don't go so deep. And so that's why also we maintain the flood irrigation, the historical irrigation way, because we need the water to go deep. So the roots is very deep. And that's a great vineyard because it's always balanced. I can say. 15 years ago, we used to pick this very late, very ripe. It was black fruit driven, very spicy, bigger and stronger wine. And now we pick it 2 months earlier. And when you do this in a younger vineyard, you think, the fruit will be unbalanced, it's too early. But the old vineyard keep the characteristic of a black fruit. Fresher, brighter fruit, more elegant, but still this black fruit driven in the nose, in the mouth. So it's really a jewel to have this vineyard. It's fantastic. It's pre-phylloxera Malbec, pre-phylloxera Cabernet Sauvignon. And so it may be unique in the world. We're not sure it's something we study now. Cabernet is very old vineyard, very old Cabernet in Australia and in Chile, but Malbec might be one of the
oldest in the world,
which is really incredible and still producing. So that's just fantastic.
Really. To continue with this topic, that as I understand, here in Colome, you have got wines with different age. Yes, the oldest is 150. Then you have got step by step the young. Well, there is an opinion in wine world that the old of the wines after some lines is just more marketing. That there is something, how to say, there is a distance. The ideal period, for example, from 25 to 50 years, the ideal period for wines. And then, if the wines will be older, the real level of the harvest, level of quality of the harvest will not be better. Just the harvest will be slower. What do you think about it?
Well, no, I'm disagreeing with this. I'm agreeing that from 20 to 50 years old, 50 years, the optimal moment in terms of if you want quality and quantity.
Balance.
The balance, exactly. After this, it's older, so the quantity is going down, definitely, but the quality is still going up. What I was explaining just before, the very deep roots are going to look for nutrient that the younger vineyard can find. So we have a beautiful balance of the fruit and the freshness. For me, I won't say that maybe 100 years old to 150 the evolution will be slower, definitely. But between 50 years old and 100 years old, very big difference. The balance of the fruit, the concentration of the fruit, it's definitely better. But for sure, the how you say, economically speaking, it might be not
so effective.
Exactly, because your yield is very low. Here we're lucky enough, we have a lot of land, so we can keep the old vineyard and plant
the new.
Kind of, because here we have the water. We can't plant what we want because we have a limitation of the water. We have 70 hectares in Colome, and we have enough water for those 70 hectares, including the old vineyard with flood irrigation. You can have more water, definitely. But we can keep it because we know that we can have other vineyards. Most of the time, if we're going, since I'm French, I will take a French comparison. In France, you have the denomination. So you know where you can plant or where you can't. So you have this block of vineyard, and 20 years old, 40, 50, 60 is good. 80 years old start to going down. And so that's when you have to think about it. If it's the price of your bottle of wine is enough in your vineyard to keep this old vineyard or take it out and put it in. You just can't say, I keep it or I plant a new one because the new one won't have the denomination. So there is an economic point of view with your vineyard, definitely. But lucky enough, we don't have this problem here. So we can really preserve. And if you walk in the vineyard, you can see there's a lot of missing plants.
Yes.
It's really maybe, I won't say half, but a third of the plants are missing with the time. And we don't replace it. We just want to keep the old vineyard.
Like a museum.
Like a museum, exactly. Museum producing the great wine. But you can do this when you have enough land and also enough water to do it. But the restriction is when you need this block of land and your vineyard is not economically viable, so you take it out and put a new one. But for me, I'm convinced older is the wine, better is the wine.
Fantastic. Well, Tibor, thank you very much. Sorry for your timing. I understand that you're absolutely tired and you need to go to continue everything.
It's a very busy week.
I understand.
We start to have the fruit from El Arenal. Yesterday was in Altura Maxima, the fruit, a lot of driving to see what's going on. So it's tough time.
I understand.
That's the best time of the year. But you have to be on the place, definitely. But I'm very glad to meet you and
very glad.
See you.
Wish you
many times.
Of course. Wish you a good vintage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.